Did you notice my boots? Aren't they pretty? I just love them.
Baby girl.
You know, if you ask any of my friends, acquaintances, whoever, they will tell you my shoe collection is beyond compare. You're probably also asking yourself, why am I talking about my shoes? Well, what you might not know is that these wonderful boots and my heels can all be attributed to Aunt Jo. For many years, on or near my birthday, Jo would treat me to a shoe pilgrimage, usually in Austin. No matter what I picked out for my present, she would invariably say, "It's not enough." And trust me, it was. Giving was Jo's love language, and her mantra was, "Go big or go home." As a child, my daughter Derby would go into a chocolate coma from all the chocolate bunnies and eggs that she found during an extravagant Easter egg hunt for one that was held in Jo's beautiful yard. If you've seen Jo's yard, you know it is spectacular, filled with roses, flowering plants, unusual cacti, fountains, and outdoor spaces. Many times, when we would visit her in the spring, we would see groups of high school students dressed in formal wear wandering her property. They were the kids on their way to La Vegas prom, and they would stop by and ask Jo if she minded if they took pictures in her yard. As far as I know, she never declined. Our family loved summers when we would go to Jo's for dinner and feast upon vegetables straight from her garden and fresh peaches that she bought in Mahia. She loved to feed people and once invited my Sunday school class out for a pizza party. She loved visiting with our friends and watching all our small children wander around that vegetable garden, asking her what all the plants were. I think every child took home a tomato or a squash or a sack of peas. Now, she didn't always have success with these meals. I still remember being invited to her house for dinner. Jo had a new recipe for shrimp and she wanted to try it. I don't know if she read the recipe wrong, but that shrimp was so loaded with cayenne pepper that we all fled to the kitchen for water, scrubbing our tongues, trying to stop the searing burn. She rinsed the shrimp off, thinking that she could save them. We were all vegetarians that night. She didn't limit her feeding to humans. Once my husband Alan and I went to the frozen yogurt place for a snack. There in the parking lot was Jo's car, and in the car was Jo's big German Shepherd Star, who was enjoying her own frozen yogurt treat. Jo loved to read, mostly mysteries and thrillers, as do I. I introduced her to the wonderful books of Louise Penny, and she introduced me to the superb Native American mysteries by Tony Hillerman. She was always so proud that she had Cherokee blood running through her veins. She loved my dad, who was her rock. I think they ate lunch together every day after she moved back to Waco. See, she also shared office space with Daddy, setting up her law practice in the old Texas football building. She was a brilliant attorney who argued her opponents into submission. I used to bring my yellow lab, Rocket, to the office for my dad to dog sit. Once Daddy forgot to hang up the extension phone when Jo was on an important conference call with opposing counsel and a judge, I think. Suddenly, she heard a loud slurp, slurp. The folks on the other end of the phone stopped their conversation and said, "Do you hear that? What is that?" Now, Jo played it cool, saying, "I don't hear anything." She got a big laugh out of it afterwards and bought Rocket a bone. Yes, Jo loved to give, but she didn't realize the true gifts were memories that we take through our grief and let us smile and laugh. Derby will always remember how her great Aunt Jo bought her a rooster because Derby thought the rooster was pretty. She named it Sterling. Or that Jo let her name her dogs. Or didn't just give her concert tickets, but gave her a VIP experience with front row seats. Those summer meals were precious because we listened as she and my father talked about their childhoods during the Great Depression and a world war. I will remember the laughs and the serious conversations we had on those birthday shopping trips. My fabulous heels have been put away, but those memories of my beautiful, fun, and fiery aunt will always be with me. She will be there in the peaches I ate this summer. She will be there in the mysteries I read in the autumn. And she will be there in the beautiful boots I will wear this winter. She will continue to inspire me to follow her example, showing extravagant love to others.